Alright, hello, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Okay, let's see, let me put the flashlight away. I don't need that anymore. Oh yeah, what's this give me? +1 physique, a -1 morale, 3 uses left. Same with the Commodore Red. Oh wait, how do I... Where was the map again? Oh yes, I think I get it in here. Read that before. Look at the map of Martinez. Let's see. It's not really a map, it's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. The date in the upper right corner says 48. Storekeeper, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is the one of Martinez so cheap? You seem to underestimate my resources, but sure, okay.
That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
Rhetoric. The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it? What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Let's see. I could steal it, 42%, or I could purchase it. I think I'll just buy it.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
There's the map. And it tells me the little... all of the checks I can do around the map. See, I don't think I think I skipped these two last time. Shelf of paranormal books. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranormal literature. Look through the shelf. Amidst the various books, you find one written by somebody named Mathis W. Deuces. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. Rhetoric. These 3 things are very important to the working class man. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medical advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. How does this work? Oh, how does that work? Interesting. It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage. And won't only give you cancer anyway, without ever curing your your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything, though it is important to note. When it is up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. Does the book say anything else? Interesting. The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver, and there's even a chapter on the ancient Saray's tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted disease. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. Island Empire. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? Let's see. Storekeeper, what are these books? And Island Empire, medium. Find something truly otherworldly. Plus one heard about the curse. Success. The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment. You gaze at the shelf. Suddenly, as if it were out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medical Purposes of the Pale. What's the pale? The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. What's this book about? That's all I need to know. The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as la terrator. For example, it recommends vigorous swatting of one's naked body with a venek, or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale. Sounds painful. Sounds invigorating. It is. And good for the circulation, too. What else? It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pale. Readers are instructed to cover their jars in a shallow hole just inside the pale and leave it there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired. And what does the pale-aged liquor do? Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. Logic, that seems improbable. I should probably get my hands on some of that. What else is there? How's that possible? Is it any more improbable than anything else that human beings put their faith in? Fair enough. What else is in there? For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the preambular performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. Island Empire. This is exactly what you need. Huh? Anything else of note? Shelf of paranormal books. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations. Well, I certainly don't need that. I probably need that. You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf. 420. Wow. Blaze it. Another boring book. Just discard it here. Oh yeah, I need to call into the station to see the serial number. The radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Seminine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued. The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Crenel, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
Armor like this isn't mass-produced. It would have probably been fitted. Perhaps there's a record of who signed for this particular suit of armor.
These naming things. A suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must have been a record of the person for whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
Esprit de corps. And this is a fun challenge for her, an opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM. Yes, thank you, officer. I really appreciate your efforts in this case. Yes, please do try. It's imperative that we learn whose armor is.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
Okay, there we go. Always
57,
technical
over and out.
difficulties. Okay, so wait till tomorrow to get that as well. I can talk to these people over in the lorry yard here.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
The man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes. Conceptualization. A simple little Candace. He seems to be making it up as he goes. Keep listening. I am the law. What's going on here?
From another planet. Hey there.
He finishes and turns to you. I am the law. I'm Batman. What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions toward the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
Limbo, huh?
Upon days.
So that's where I am. A limbo, so that's where I am. How long have you been here?
Yeah, exactly.
Conceptualization. It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife. So how long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it. I don't quite understand what you just said. Keep it simple. I'm here to ask questions. Crime questions.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Care to spare some change for a working stiff? Tell me about this strike. Know anything about the dead man, the one hanging behind the hostel there, points to the yard. What are you hauling anyway? You seem like a man who knows about drugs. Give me some money.
Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work.
They who?
The bosses, man.
Makes sense. First work, then pay. I don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement for them. So, you're broke. Got it. What else did I have to ask you?
Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down on his luck. If I had, say, 4 myself.
Tell me more about this strike.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
Oh, hello there, Hyper. How are you? I'm just playing some Disco Elysium here. It's basically just a book. I just sit here and read it. Good to see you again. What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
What do you think the company wants?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He makes a ka-ching sound. Oh, okay. No, it's no problem. I hope you're doing good, though. He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side, that's for sure. Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not you?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
Know anything about the dead man?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
Drama. It's easy to see that he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff. Busy with what? Alright, never mind then.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
Wait, who?
Nothing. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't mind my idle verbosity.
What are you hauling anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax, he's merely joking. You're under arrest. Wicked. I've always wanted a friend in the underworld. Okay, and what are you actually hauling?
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
So, nothing illegal then? That's your machine behind you. Could I get one of those found tracksuits you're hauling? Right, I had another question.
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
So nothing illegal?
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
That's your machine behind you.
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
Encyclopedia. A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6. That's a found A6 you got there. Yeah, those lorries are pretty neat. Interested? Not really. I just asked because, I don't know, must be a cop reflex.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
Right, I had other questions. You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Do you finance those other addictions with drug trafficking? I need to get high, and I'm looking for a dealer. Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B.
Hey, man, that's serious criminal talk. Are you trying to pull some sort of an entrapment thing on me?
Encyclopedia. Entrapment is a practice whereby an officer of the law induces a person to commit a criminal offense that the person would have otherwise been unlikely to commit, usually through some trickery, persuasion, or fraud. What? No, of course not. Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Wait, then why are you still hanging around? Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade then?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Drama. He wouldn't say he's lying, sire. Oh, he wouldn't say he's lying, sire. Let's see. I'm good for now.
Don't
Good
be a
talk.
stranger.
What? Oh, I have to go. It's making me go all the way over here to look at this. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. A bold slogan, Humanox, covers the truck. Ruins full of snow. No one lives here anymore. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing towards the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air, with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. Who is this? A silver plaque on the statue pedestal reads, I am Philippe III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Rivachol, son of Philippe II, the opulent, father of Philippe the Fourth, the insane. Volition. Not a good track record of mental health in that family. Who is this? And let's see, 83% medium. What did this king do? +1, heard crater story from Renee. Success. Oh, hello there, VO. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Tired. I ended up not streaming yesterday. I was too tired. I might end up just taking Mondays off. I'm never awake enough to stream on then. Oh, cool. Yeah, I did some shopping earlier. Got a bunch of groceries as well. Encyclopedia. Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old Stumpadutius Philippe was known for his I can't read today. Profligacy. In what way? What went wrong? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of late night shopping either. Every time you go to Walmart after a certain time and it's just full of the weirdos. Well, he blew through the entire national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Rivachol. His own... Why are they throwing all these big words at me? I just woke up. His own maladministration foreshadowing the fall of the monarchy during the Anticentennial Revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy of the Insulindian Isola. How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury? Fair enough, I have another question. Oh yeah, that's... People, they're the worst. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber where he stored unfathomable wealth. Kilograms, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Soul Anrum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed like a normal person. Many have considered this a bad move. I would like to sleep on gold, hustler style. The king is the king and he can do anything. Wait, really? There's no way that's true. A deplorable farce. No wonder everything went to shit. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. The what now? You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was about a prodigious snorter of nose candy. Okay, what is nose candy? This is a lot to process. So he was addicted to nose candy, a bloated druggie. Okay, where is he buried now? What is nose candy? Cocaine. This is a lot to process. His Majesty's curators said it helped him connect with the higher realms. Courtiers. So he was addicted. That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay. Where's he buried? Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum. What happened to the statue? The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue if the communards had more time. They would have reduced it up to even finer pieces. Who restored the monument? Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue to the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit. That's brilliant, so funny and nihilistic. That's such a bad idea. I really don't get art. People in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics, and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philippe III, the Squandered. However, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Rhetoric. Not that he ever did in life either. Horsing around. The Pale Driver. The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hand, and there is a warm smile on her face. Encyclopedia. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. Island Empire. It's the warmth of a winter's night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your grandma? Snap your fingers in front of her face. Excuse me, ma'am. I'd like to ask some questions. Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray, like lead. Snap your fingers.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap your fingers twice.
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you've jolted her back to reality. I was actually hoping you could tell me that. Grandma, give me money and snacks. Now. I was actually hoping you could tell me that. Are you alright, ma'am? You are out. Me, I'm the law around here.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
She adds with contempt. Wait, what's so bad about the 50s? Where else would you be then? When else would you be then?
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
When would you
Back
be
in
then?
Mecca, during the time of the revolution. The sidewalks and cafes are filled with the young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buendero. Until you came along, that is.
Who's Gabriel Bogadero? So, I take it you were in Mesk when you were young. Sorry to interrupt your dreaming, ma'am. Right, I have other questions for you. Police questions.
This is Gabriel Buendero.
She shows you a photograph in her lavish amber frame. Take a look. A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you. His head crowned with a wire brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw is the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen. A Giga Chad.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all of his lines.
She leans back, savoring the world she's conjured up. It's top G. Although the top G does not have a jaw. Let's be honest. Rhetoric. In all likelihood, it's a world that only ever existed in her mind. So I take it you were in Mesk when you were young.
Someone was.
Oh, she nods as though her meaning were perfectly clear. Someone, and These not your memories.
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
Sorry to interrupt your dreaming.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the mine behind the Black Sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Meth, it was a golden age.
Encyclopedia. The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Mundi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right. Right, I have other police questions.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
Let's see. She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. Behind her, mountains of memorabilia, photos, and knickknacks line the dashboard. Island Empire. There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging, somehow. What are you hauling?
Diamonds?
Diamonds, really?
Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
Go, Pops. Okay, but what are you really hauling?
Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
So you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry. Well, that's good enough for me.
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
What if the cargo is contraband? I guess that makes sense, minding your own business. I don't think I do know what you mean.
Then it's contraband, Loman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
Bad Hand Hermenegildo's bad hand strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people. I still don't really understand this whole Boyadero thing.
Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero, you need to listen to On the Western Plain.
I'm more impressed with that number than shocked by that it could happen. Achievement unlocked. Strangle 300 people. Encyclopedia. A boyadero, or boya for short, is a cowherder from upstream Margate, the great steeps of northern Mesk. People like Manana at the gates have turned it into an ideology of sorts. Okay, what's that? I've already got too many records to listen to as it is. Change the topic.
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain.
I'm guessing that doesn't happen. And they live happily ever after.
Don't be stupid. The boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man, one night. As he and his beloved are out walking along the river Margaret, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down.
Drama. In the background, you can hear the orchestra swell as the screen fills with the maiden's imploring eyes. I think I see where this is going. So, he gives up his riding and settles down, right?
So the Boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the maggot. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him.
That's not where I thought that was going. Nod solemnly, a beautiful song. That's a terrible song.
You have to understand. A true Boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a Boyadero.
And before I came, you seemed away.
She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her things.
Logic. So he doesn't think that she's the smuggler.
You hear that, Lowman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Wait, why is that, Lieutenant? Shouldn't you drive the lorry if you get like that? Yeah, should you drive the lorry if you get like that? Okay, let's change the subject.
Nothing. I just don't think she's connected to anything.
Drama. He doesn't want your frail mind caught up in something here. Something unconnected to the case, but connected to this woman. Tuning out like that.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best camioners around. I drive routes no one else will.
What routes?
Lomonosov's Land, Udajnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain.
She nods and closes her eyes again, letting her mind submerge.
The Transcatolia Magistral. You for 1A. Adestradas do Mirador. All the good ones. The deep trenches. Where the bluebirds fly.
She opens her eyes again and shudders. I'm something of an expert in blacking out. You should take better care of yourself. This should be reported to the proper authorities. Cool. Ride until you're dust, sister. I'm somewhat of an expert in blacking out.
You're right, Lowman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously. Thank you for looking out for me.
Endurance, a correct appraisal. You're quite shabby.
Is that all you woke me up to say?
You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs. Thank you for now following
Yes,
me.
go. Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
Show me the soles of your boots.
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff?
It's for an important police business, ma'am. Please, help me out here. It's important. Nothing. I guess let's talk about something else.
I'm starting to think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You are no Gabriel.
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots made of black leather. Buckles run across. The sole is made of leather. Now, the other one, please.
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now, there was a real man.
There is no aberration. In the pattern that you can see, she puts her foot down. Moreover, the boots are size 37, tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all of this. Another discrepancy, although not a boot related, the coronation of His Innocence Franco Negro, which happened 500 years ago. Wait, what do you mean it was the coronation of Franco Negro? Turn to Kim. She is not Odd Soul. These are not the boots that made the prince.
I could have told you that from just looking at them. The size is 37.
The feet of a little girl, they fit well on the pedals.
You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs.
What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary. No drugs can compare.
The adversary.
Yes, there is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those efforts are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest. That's not really what I was getting at. Where could I get my hands on the experience, an experience like that?
If you don't know,
She flicks her wrist in a gesture of casual dismissal. Drama. Maybe if she thought you were corrupt. Everard sent me. Place your finger on the sides of your nose and tap twice. What is it that you're hauling exactly? I wanted to ask if you'd be interested in smuggling some drugs.
who the fuck is Irad?
The union boss.
Ah, and what do I care about the union boss? He's no Gabriel. He's no Franco Negro. He's not even Hermenegildo the Hound.
Okay, let me put this another way. Are you smuggling drugs through Terminal B? Fine, let's change the subject.
Good. I don't care about drugs. Little molecules, they are nothing.
Thank you for now. A foreign car, kept in good condition. The lorries probably stored fuel here. Now they store booze. Grodd Factory of Magnets and Miracles, U-49. A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy, Grodd-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. We're trying to solve a part of one of the side missions for Joyce, the lady on the boat, is to find out who is smuggling drugs out of the harbor. And we're kind of half going like undercover, being like, hey, you got any drugs? Just walk up to somebody. I'm totally not a cop. Look in the window. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. What kind of stickers and insignia? The driver has adorned his spaces with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. What about the back seat? Perception sight. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
My name is Jeff. You think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Leave.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
Scab leader. His voice is the loudest of the lot, and oddly screechy for a man his size. What's going on here? Looks like too much trouble for my taste. Leave.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else.
You here to fuck with us? beat the honest worker down.
Why should I? Yes. No.
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Oh, then yes. Okay, I'm thinking no.
Ha! Couldn't handle us. A cause gives the workers strength, gives them power. We have a right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of cause are we talking about? I don't think I've chosen any sides yet. Regardless, I have some questions for you. Proceed. Oh, I'll be going now.
Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed their families.
Who wants that right? Rhetoric. His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if he's compiling replies from a set of learned phrases. I don't think I've chosen.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work!
Regardless, I have some questions.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the men sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scott.
He reminds you of why. This is a strike? Who are all these strike breakers? Look around. What exactly is your goal here?
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
He shifts uncomfortably in his worker's overalls. What do the strikers want?
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
Who are all these strike breakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
The man runs his hand through his steadily graying military haircut.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
Oh my god, one of those people. Okay. I've had people like that too, at work, who come in and start yelling a bunch of nonsense.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you were unable to breach the entrance. Okay, I want to discuss something else.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Head measure? Wait, head measurer. Why did I not get that until now, that he's a racist named Head Measurer? That's Some phrenology there. Wait, head measurer.
Yeah? That giant up there on the bridge you talked to. Head measurer. Won't let the workers by. The access panel is right behind him.
How bad could one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke, and my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Have you considered storming in? Like all of you? Why don't you just talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
Rhetoric. Odd, out-of-place colonial reference there, Mr. Scab Leader.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
Not right now. Let's just put it that way. It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least you can get it that
No.
way, okay.
They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
Reaction speed. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from. Okay, I gotta ask, where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Deep-set suspicion drips from every syllable. Curiosity, going to figure out this strike mess. Routine, part of the investigation. I thought you looked real familiar there for a second.
No. Don't think we've met before. I came to help out the people.
Alright, got it. I'm interested in your background. Makes sense, I guess. Never mind. Not gonna pry.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
A bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know. Sweet, I know bars. Been thrown out of several. Maybe that's why you seem familiar. Cargo lifting? I don't really drink, but work has taken me to some. Which one is it?
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Yeah, I think I've been there. Not right now, but I might have been there. I don't really remember things well. Never heard of it. Are you lying?
We're done here. I have a strike to break.
A little spark of violence gutters in his eyes. Then he blinks and turns to his men. Yeah. Actually, does Leo have anything else to say?
Oh, hey, mister.
Oh, yeah.
I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
Leo, In the future, can we just keep this greeting shorter? I have some questions for you, if that's not too much trouble.
Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows such as yourself.
I lift it. Me lift. Cargo. Okay, I have healing this time to face the chair.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
I'm told the Union is involved in the local drug trade. I opened the door, you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
Let me spend my skill point here. What should I get? I don't think I have any thought cabinet stuff. I think I'm out. Yeah, no. I have to put it in something. Actually, I have 2 skill points. I forgot to throw it into something before. Okay, I put one into interfacing, I guess a logic and I like volition. That's always nice. Okay. Drama. He's trying to figure out if you're lying. I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs. I did go inside. Weasel had the flag of old Revachol on his wall. The deal wasn't for me to go inside, so I didn't. I did go inside.
Exactly the kind of fascist memorabilia I was expecting. Weasel probably prays to it every night for the downfall of the Union.
Drama. He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
There was a collection of colonial mugs there, and I found a similar mug in the trash with the hanged man's clothes. I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it.
Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me. I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best, helping people, with the power of politics.
Yes, yes. Do you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder?
Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you.
Drama. Oddly, it seems to be true. But the weasel might have cleaned up after the killers.
Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right?
Great technique. You'd make a great sergeant. There's more to police work than whacking an imaginary baton. Say nothing.
Of course, Harry. Stoic silence. I like that. Very befitting a police officer. I'm not a real detective. You are.
Don't trust anybody. I've heard about the connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to know what do you think about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire? I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yesut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
Reference to Dole.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
So I am the murderer. Sometimes it's a good thing. Hold on. You have a village elephant. Go on. I think I've heard enough.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Wait, they move the container. Go on.
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
The best detective. It's like the detectives in Trouble in Terrorist Town, like the old It Was Among Us before Among Us. That you could play on Gary's mod. The law was just the guy with the gun. That was it. Wait, the whole neighborhood is in on it. Who exactly did the pushing?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
Yeah, I did too, back in the day. Who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
Logic. That sounds a bit like organized crime.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Logic. Again. That sounds like organized crime.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Logic. He places a lot of faith in the lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error. Anyway. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
The name of the company is Colonel this time. It might have been Sediment before. What are they, like Blackwater or Academy? I wonder if they've changed their name. The last time I heard of them, they were called Academy. I'm looking it up now. I don't see anything. I think they're still called that.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
You mentioned a lawyer girl.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members.
Yeah, no, Pinkertons they were basically the FBI before the FBI. Actually, they still exist today. The Pinkertons are still like a corpo mercenaries that still operate to this day.
Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Logic. He's betting on them being useless to you. Everett, I met the Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course! It's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
Authority. You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
He holds out a banknote. Wait, why are you giving it to me? Take it. I don't need it. I only wanted you to help me with the Hardy boys. Why?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
Volition. Needless to say, this is another move. Don't take it. But I like money. The lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote. He looks a little puzzled.
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more questions?
Let's conclude, for now.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yes?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
Rhetoric. A man of the left, so you have to be a social democrat. Empathy. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats. I am not a man of the left. I'm a patriot of Revachol. You're right. Not to trust me. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. Oh God. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I don't want what my heart tells me to do. I do what my heart tells me to do.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is. Company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
Although the hustle grinder options are pretty funny.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think of this? What are the signatures for? Fine. If it happens to be there, I can ask them.
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
He studies Everett. Esprit de corps, but he thinks it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm going to hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
Rhetoric. He says as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things. What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Where's this place exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
What happened to the current, what will happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure that tenants won't be thrown out on the street? Are you 100% sure no one is going to end up homeless? Sounds like everybody wins.
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're gonna build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour.
Fine. If I happen to be there, I can ask them.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
He hands you an open white envelope.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning.
Kuno just wants to throw rocks at dead bodies and do speed.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist.
I'm told the Union is involved in the local drug trade. Are you going to ask me how I got in?
Honestly, I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Measurehead's race pupil.
I really believe in the race mystery, and I'm glad I was given this chance. I hope that one day I'll be able to contribute. I am not a race pupil. I just listened to some of the things he had to say. It was a tactic. I needed to get in somehow. It's not like I'm a racist now. Yeah, I'm a big racist. It's basically like that in my head all the time.
Of course, Harry, of course. You're not some kind of a fantastic racist now, and rest assured, no one's going to hear about it.
He winks at you.
No one's going to know what you did with race there, Harry. Your race bonanza is safe with me. Word of how racy it got will never leave Martinez.
Race bonanza.
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
All right. You called me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everett, I call you Harry.
Yeah, I'm just a race car driver. That's all he means. That's what the hanged corpse called you, Harry. So, that's really my name.
My God, so it's true.
No.
I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
No, I'm Tequila Sunset. Or Krasmazov. Or Guillaume Lemillion.
I think the odds of that are very low.
Rhetoric. It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
So good to hear that, Harry.
My memory's
Apparently,
fine.
my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out with my big fat folder.
Conceptualization. Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. Rhetoric. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
The lieutenant inspects Everett over his spectacles.
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Volition. Asking too many questions will make you look weak. You should maybe focus on the folder. A drama. Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows how you're on the edge. Do some probing first. Do you know where let's see. Let's get this straight. What is my full name? Do you know where I live? Do you know anything about my family? Do I have a wife or kids, or... What kind of cop does it say I am? Where did you get that folder? Drama. Have another look at that folder. Let's see.
It's Harry. Harry Dubois.
Wait, I thought you were Harry Dubois. Okay, I like it. I can work with that. I don't really like it.
And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do for you?
Let's see. 72% plus 1 read shipping folders before. No. Drama. Everett's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry. He knows everything about me. I've got nothing to hide.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
Harry, I just know the things that matter to our friendship, and I want you to feel free to ask me about those things.
Do you know where I live?
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from home, but that's okay.
Rhetoric. It doesn't really seem to know anymore. He doesn't really seem to know any more about it. Do you know about my family?
Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
You're right. I don't. I think I do. I'd be a wonderful father. Never mind the family. I don't.
That's why I like you, Harry. A good man knows both his strengths and his weaknesses, and you, my friend, you are one of the all-time greats.
What kind of cop does it say I am?
Well, Harry, if I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic.
I'm sorry. What? I'm not apologetic, I'm confident. I'm sorry.
Yes. You seem to be. A lot of the time. But right now, there's no reason to be. Let loose a little. Be you.
Where did you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
Rhetoric. This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Let's talk of other matters for a moment.
Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me.
I want to go over a couple things about me. Wait, is that just
Let's
the
hear
same
it,
tree?
Harry.
Ah, that's the same tree.
Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia.
Okay.
You wanted something from me.
Let's talk about my lost gun.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
Rhetoric. The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage. Hold on, could he really hold my gun hostage? I will not be blackmailed with this gun business. I don't care about my gun. Keep it. Does this mean if I do things for you, I will get my gun back? Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it. Does this mean if I do things, I get my gun back?
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
Maybe.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Can we go over a few details concern? No, I already did that. Let's see. Turns out the strikers are being served an alcoholic brew. I made it even stronger.
I don't know what that means, Harry, but I love it. I love your initiative. Knowing you're out there keeping things running lets me focus on the big picture stuff. Don't even tell me what was going on. Alcoholic brew? Stronger? Stopped it? Strike? I'm just gonna let you surprise me, Harry.
I met Joyce, the company representative.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Just pals.
We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you find your lost gun. I'm not a jealous guy.
What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr. Gaumont? Joyce said that the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances. Just pals. Everard, Joyce seems to think that the Union is lowballing her. Why haven't you let her in to see you?
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
He made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go? Okay, another question.
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
You called him a midget. Okay, another question.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
Joyce said the previous Union leader vanished under a mysterious circumstance.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Drama. Wait. There was no mention of a casserole from Joyce. Funny, Joyce didn't mention any casserole. Another question, then.
Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was.
Joyce seems to think you're lowballing her.
Yes. Lowballing, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
Composure. His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior. Why haven't you let her in to see you?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
We all do. Oh, Volition. He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that. Okay, let's talk about something else.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization.
Spoilers. Spoilers for later.
I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everard doesn't mind.
Conceptualization. It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
What? Harry,
The drug trade.
how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any jolly fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
Drama. The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy, honestly. I am not. No comment.
Harry, you wound me, Harry, in the heart. But I trust you to put this to bed. Do what you must, and let's change the subject, shall we?
Rhetoric. He's hiding his real reaction beneath courtesy.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
Team Harry.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Let's use the container. Oh yeah, what's in the container outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
There's something special about it. It was attached to the Hubsland crane. Never mind the container.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Rhetoric. Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
See you soon, debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
There. Yes, you can convince a container to open for you. With rhetoric. Let's see, you can try it once per day. I think I can try it again here, but it's very low. It increases every day. Until you can get it. Well, or just not get it. Let's see. You're back before the cargo container. Its draw, not just lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly. Rhetoric. 17%. Been in the world for 2 days. +1 echolastic. Oh, I have the dice. The dice from the dice maker. Persuade the door to open. Nope. And it's always been. Yeah, and it's always been. It's impossible to open a container with rhetoric. Maybe you're just losing your mind. Oh, I need to put the body in a bag, because I didn't do that the first day, because I stole the boots. Oh yeah, and I got their ball back. I can give it to them. Let's bag the body here. The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines. Then adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath. Oh, legendary perception. One more time. Thoroughly. Well, I might as well. 3%. No. You run your hands over the victim's cold body. His limbs, his torso, with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough. Look at his pants again. Look under his fingernails. Like Kim already did. Give up. The genitals in the breeches continue to be unnoteworthy. You see the penis of the dead man. If you've seen it once, you've already got the picture.
Can't get enough of that dick.
Do you think we missed something?
Island Empire. You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you. Yes, there's something we're not seeing. I've got a gut feeling that there's more to this corpse. No, let's just leave it to the processing guys.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Can't he just hang out here for a while longer? Okay, where do we find a fridge for the body?
Hey, Wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building?
Why, yes, there was. So, that's what the ice bear-shaped refrigerator is for.
Now, that's an overstatement. It's not actually for storing cadavers, or at least I hope so. I think we should take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become harder to find.
Alright, back to the bear fridge. Oh yeah, I think I have to plug it back in. Somewhere a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented. So, what do you think of this fridge, Kim? Does it look big enough for 2 corpses?
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it's more than big enough and cold enough. Honestly, it's perfect. All we have to do is plug the fridge back in.
I do love the art style. I did plug it back in. Okay, fridge, you need to buy yourself. Get Kim to help you move the body. Well, I already did plug it in. Maybe I... Hold on. Or was it this one?
Great.
Oh, it must have been
The
the
owners
other
of this building.
There.
Why did you do that?
I already did that. Leave. Now we move the body over. I'm sure you'll get better with practice. Everything does. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses. Let's see. Let's bag him, take him away. The lieutenant takes the body away without further examination.
If you think so, officer, I'm not going to object. I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I'll take it from there.
What should I do in the meanwhile?
Continue working here. The locals, the case, or attend to your own business. I will meet you downstairs in the Whirling in Rags tomorrow morning, 7:30 sharp.
This means Lieutenant Kutsaragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You're free to do side tasks and even the main case, although it might be... Oh, yeah, that's right. Actually, I want to reload, because I need him for... I need him tonight, actually. I forgot about that. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just bag the body late at night. Okay. Wait, was this before or after when I made this save? I don't remember. Okay, there. Yeah, I'll have to do that tonight. Because we have the meeting at 2100, I think. Mystery relevant. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, it is 2100. Oh, I have to talk to the cleaning lady again. And return the ball. Oh, that's cool.
We are still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
Maybe one day I can hire you to make one for me. Yes, whenever I actually get emotes. Hopefully one day. We're still waiting for a replacement. Oh yeah. Is there anything you can tell me about this rifle? Holds out the antique firearm.
It's a Bell McGrave, 4.46 caliber, breech loading, Revachol made. Good weapon, accurate and reliable. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her?
In the basement there. Point to the bookshop. Sorry, I can't divulge that information. What do you mean, find? This is my rifle. I've always had it with me.
I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
Composure 3%. Let's see, what about this old soldier that makes him stand so proud? Let's see. No Rene's job situation, but -1 thanks to the bull. I'll give him back his
What is
ball.
this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Now. No need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez.
Exactly, and I really did try. There's not going to be an alternative. I suggest taking it. I'm very sorry. It's the best I could find.
The best, huh? This isn't even a bull. But fine. I guess you did attempt to right your hooliganism. Consider it forgiven.
Let's see, now it went from 3% to 8%. Let's see. Saw the statue of Felipe III near the roundabout.
Ah, yes. King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
How should a true king rule? What was that about cocaine? Let's talk about something else.
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
Seems to me a leader should take care of his people before himself. Powerful leaders, not afraid to do what must be done. That's what this country needs. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
There's some weariness in his voice now. He's heard this rant many times before. The carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve. Volition. No one and nothing can change his mind. He is as rigid as they come. Still, in that antique uniform, it's a symbol for him. What was that about cocaine?
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine, for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachol's finest years.
He seems to be growing taller, brimming with pride about the past.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
The lieutenant marks dryly.
Philippe III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
Island Empire. Higher realms, of course. It all makes sense. Rhetoric. He's just making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he? What was that about higher realms? Sounds interesting. Such responsibility requires a boost every now and then. I sometimes need one too. Seems like irresponsible behavior for a monarch. Drug users shouldn't even operate heavy machinery, much less rule countries. Thanks for clearing that up. I have some other questions.
It's really not. Please, do spare us the cocaine fairy tales.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Oh, you can't give... That's why.
Of course.
Philippe III.
I'm just seeing the rest of the dialogue tree for that. Such responsibility requires a boost. I need one too.
Please, officer, don't encourage him. Do spare us the cocaine fairy tales. The RCM isn't interested in them.
Yes, indeed.
That's
We're not here to...
the same thing.
You can't... That's why.
Of course.
And there was one
Philippe
more
III.
option. Seems like an irresponsible behavior for a monarch. Drug users don't even operate heavy machinery, much less rule countries.
From what I've seen of the officers of the RCM... but I don't want to get into a debate about drug policies.
Okay, let's talk about
Right.
something else. Let's see. 8%. What's so? What is it about this old soldier that makes him stand so proud? Nothing. All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabiniers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Freestyle the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he...
Oh, I bumped my controller. Hold on, what did he say? You do not speak his name, Craven. Although he was a clown. He adds, he turns back to you. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule, and to mourn. There's something you missed. You'll get to it. Don't worry. And it's locked. It requires composure? Okay. Oh yeah, I think I can do this. Or maybe that's the next day. Let's see what's leave her be. Where is it? There's like an authority check? Oh, there it is. It takes all willpower to even read the author's name. Jean Cast from... what? She's still mumbling to herself, now reading another paperback. Good one, point to the book.
Yes? Hello?
Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
Empathy. She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. Logic. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working? Shouldn't a working class woman be working? What are you doing? Have a good day.
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
Phenomenal. Good nod. I'm a policeman. Phenomenal.
It is.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
Good then. Do you really need the help of a policeman?
Mm-hmm.
No, Kuno doesn't have a mom. Probably. Do you need the help of a policeman?
What with?
Maybe your husband is missing. Watch her browse books. That's all for the moment. I'll let you read. Maybe your husband is missing.
My husband? No, he's not.
So where could he be?
I don't know. At home now? Out drinking with his friends? Working?
Kuno.
Where is this going, officer?
So, what I'm hearing is you don't really know where your husband is. Right, got it.
Yes, but I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time.
Wouldn't you like to?
No.
I can totally help you find your missing husband. Suit yourself then. I don't really care if your husband is missing. Maybe you're right. Maybe he isn't missing indeed.
Why are we still talking about this? I haven't lost my husband.
Logic. It's gotta be something else then. Why else would you be asking for it if it wasn't? Maybe your children are missing.
No, absolutely not.
Her words come out quick as gunshots. Okay, where are they?
Are you a policeman or a nanny?
She's definitely disturbed by now. Nanny, where are they? I'm the police. I police whatever I want. Where are they?
They are not missing, sir.
Electrochemistry. You know where they are. They're at home, smoking, giving the ladder of vices a chance. They're at home, right? Smoking cigarettes. Okay, great. Just making sure.
What? That's just... My daughters are perfectly fine. They're with their friends down in Shamrock. There's nothing to worry about. They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything now.
I'm afraid the danger is now greater than ever. Tell me how old they are. Maybe you're right. Maybe they aren't missing after all. Tell me something else.
My youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 16. Jenny, she is turning 18 next month. But we shouldn't even be talking about them.
And can you describe to me their appearance? Any features that stand out? Something to identify a little easier.
Why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you that they're not missing? That they're in Shamrock, safe and well, at some stupid party?
It's for the investigation. I'm trying to be professional. You're right, let's not talk about the daughters. I don't know what got into me.
There is no investigation here. I can tell you that.
A flock of seabirds passes by. Logic. Okay, it must be asked then. What are you doing here? Why are you pursuing this? Is it a hunch? Maybe your cockatoo is missing.
I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
Ma'am, I was asking about your cockatoo. Is it missing? What do you mean I'm being a cockatoo?
I don't even have a cockatoo. And guess what?
It's a trap. Never say what. What? Alright, cockatoo not missing. I just wanted to make sure. What?
Even if I had, it wouldn't be missing.
Alright, cockatoo not missing. I just wanted to make sure.
Great.
She turns her attention back to the bookstand. Just one more question. What did you mean by being a cockatoo? Great, got it.
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore.
Island Empire. Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird? Actually, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Thanks for the tip. Get task. You're being sarcastic. Let's talk about something else. Move on.
Wonderful.
There.
The store is open.
Watch her browse books. Her hand moves over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems that she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking. Rhetoric, another comrade. Years of labor are pressed down on her shoulders, as she deserves a hug. For all it's worth, for all the work she's done for mankind. Give her a hug. Maybe not hug the random stranger. I don't think that will go well. Before you nods and returns to her reading. Although I do want to see what happens. You step in close. You put your arms around this foreign body, wandering astray in touch. There's a small movement beneath your hands as you shut your eyes. Then a tiny voice breaks out and asks,
"What is happening?"
She seems to be confused. Your hands are wrapped around her polyester coat. The fabric feels cold, moist from the sea nearby. Keep hugging her. Let go. The situation is oddly intimate. You check. Your cheek is pressed against her shoulder. Her hand is trapped between your chest. 5 seconds pass, and their passing seems to so unimaginably long. Then she coughs and says again,
What are you doing, officer?
Island Empire. Less talk, more feeling. Keep your eyes closed. Soak in the closeness. See what the feeling entails. Keep your eyes closed for a bit longer. I'm fighting for the working class. Hey, I hug whoever I please. I'm a hug monster. I'm fighting for the work.
For it how?
Hug by hug. One hug at a time. A hug a day keeps the bourgeoisie away.
Oh.
Oh, there's a strange sensation as the woman strengthens her grip. She's hugging you back.
I guess it's better than nothing. Keep fighting on, my fellow comrade.
Then she breaks up the hug. Her cheeks flushed.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Leave. See. The woman before you nods and returns to her reading. Well, that went better than expected. A fellow comrade.
Give me a moment.
Let's see. I didn't find any counterculture people in apartment number 10. It was just a real estate agent setting up the room for new tenants.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Yes, radio computer wizards are coming. They're gonna save the place and the economy. No one is coming. There will be nothing but squalor unless we start killing real estate agents. Lax women and sexual deviants. That's who will come. Spit. I'm sure everything will be fine. The apartment building needs slow change. Imperatively slow. Imperceptibly slow. Kill the real estate agents.
We won't be killing anyone. And you shouldn't say things like that. You're a police officer. There's been enough killing. I've seen it.
Empathy. She's seen it and known those who have been killed. Thanks, I'm off. The Graffito says, a firing squad for the rich.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I like how I went from hugging a random woman to being like, I'm for the working class. A hug a day keeps the bourgeois away. Then walk to another old woman and be like, kill the real estate agents. I love this game. By the way, I've talked to Everett Clare.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
I didn't. He's a beautiful man, beautiful and just. Everett Clare is a hero of the workers' movement. He is the champion I've sworn fealty to. He's a bloated rainbow socialist. I can do business with him. For a socialist, he's reasonable. He is not a champion. He is not the champion I've chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you and the cause of capital. It's not important if I killed him. Oh, it's not important if I liked him. I was doing my job. Thinking about the real estate agents.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually...
She answers her own question.
Corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
She looks at the ground and nods.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Conceptualization. Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things. That money you gave me, would that make things weird if I shared the information, I mean? Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun. I helped him turn up the heat on the borscht. He asked me to open the door. He asked me to open a door. He asked me to deliver an envelope. I'd rather talk about something else for now, if you don't mind.
Weird. Oh no. One of the positive things to come from the revolution is the unhindered exchange of information, you see, even when it comes to trade secrets. Which isn't to suggest our talks constitute corporate espionage. Even if they did, it would be fine. But they don't, since you logged the money as a donation, and this is clearly just gossip between friends.
Logic. The lieutenant might have, but I don't remember you logging anything as anything, Harry. Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun.
Oh. That's so helpful of him.
The lieutenant looks at you and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
No. Mr. Everett says it's almost ready to be found soon. Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun. No.
Well, maybe he's not as helpful as you thought then. Is there anything else?
I've helped him turn up the heat on the borscht.
Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making?
Unimportant. The cook makes it to keep the strikers drunk, helps them strike.
The strike brew. That's a classic. And by turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it?
Yes.
Why, if I may ask? Why make them more drunk? Aren't they corked enough already?
Yes, Detective. What were you hoping to accomplish with this strange thing?
An act born of sympathy for the working man. I set fire to the fumes of struggle. I worship Al Ghul in many ways. It's uninteresting. I thought it would make the broth taste better.
Very curious. A very curious thing to do.
Truly. But that's how he operates. He just does things, man, and then talks about them, even if it's inappropriate.
What else?
He asked me to open a door.
A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that.
Yes, a referral. No, I mean like a real door to someone's house.
Oh my. A real door.
The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylons of his jacket rustle as he looks at you. I helped scare someone for Mr. Clare. It was nothing. It had to be done. I got information. It was useful to the case. It was nothing.
Of course. The RCM has the right to inspect any premises. How else would you catch the bad guys? The information was useful, I hope.
Logic. Her bartering mind cannot fathom that you didn't ask for anything in return.
Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but neither was it illegal, and it was not for nothing. I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight.
The Union's militant wing organized the lynching. Everett says the Wild Pines sent mercenaries after the Union, and now one's dead. Everett asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation. He didn't seem at all worried about the whole conflict that's developing. That's all I've got to say.
The company did not send mercenaries after the Union. I told you in great detail about the mistakes my side made. And of course, I accept them completely. I just hope you don't share Everart's view on things. After all, as he said, one's dead now. The Pines certainly hasn't killed any of theirs.
Rhetoric. Let's keep it that way. She means to add, but then doesn't. He didn't seem to...
I wouldn't have taken Everart for a saber rattler. Was he surrounded by Union men he wanted to impress?
No. It was more like he wanted things to get worse, in secret, of course. We were alone, and he seemed very sure of his ability to keep things in control. He wasn't trying to impress anyone. I think he wants things to escalate. You're right. He was probably just showing off to me.
Or he wants you and me to believe he wants to go to war.
There's always that risk, man. But if I may offer my opinion, he means it.
I think he may have just been messing with us. Kim's right. I'm pretty sure he meant it.
I'll think it over, Detective. Thank you for relaying this information to me.
Logic. Have I underestimated the Union's ferocity? She has to ask herself by now. Everett asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation.
How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out, if they haven't already.
We cannot discuss the specifics of an ongoing investigation, ma'am. Besides, you haven't exactly been forthcoming yourself.
That is only fair.
I've said all I can.
Well, I hope it yields something. Otherwise you'll have opened that door for naught. Anything else?
The Union's militant wing organized the lynching.
Yes. That's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. Find the name rather amusing, honestly.
That's all I've got.
What you've said is quite enough. You've given me a lot to consider, and may have helped me prevent this conflict from escalating.
He asked me to deliver an envelope.
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver it?
To a nameless settlement down the coast nearby. Nowhere. Let's change the topic.
Ah, yes. I've been meaning to go there.
She looks over the bay. Empathy. With a longing, a clear and simple longing. Strange. Why does she want to go there? He wants to build a youth center. Here, for the children of Martinez. You're quite fond of this village, aren't you? So, you're sad you can't buy the place, conclude.
I should be. In my youth, I had a brief dalliance here in Martinez. He was an older man with impossibly broad shoulders. He's probably dead by now. Even his shack is long gone. Not that it matters. These buildings are all carbon copies of one another.
You've been to Martinez before.
Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats and... Don't hold it against me. My paramour certainly did not.
Sounds like you miss those times.
Not overly so. It's not like this was the only place we visited. Me and my girlfriends from Azon with our shiny boats, like reavers. We told ourselves we were the worst thing to happen to the coast since the Coalition landed in '08. Imagine.
He wants to build a youth center.
A youth center with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it.
Her eyes run across the water, remorsefully.
Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him.
So you're sad you can't buy the place?
Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village.
Rhetoric. She is more defensive about it than usual.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded you any information?
I'm not a fan of the water, so boat life is not for me. I'd rather talk about something else for now, if you don't mind.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
I spoke with a lorryman at the roundabout.
On the contrary, officer. There are yet camioners you have not talked to.
Oh.
And don't look so
Did I miss-
surprised. In a time like this, it would be strange if Wild Pines didn't have eyes on the harbour. I suggest you go back and canvass for more suspects.
Oh yeah, I didn't talk to the salesman guy. That's right. Got some more questions. Actually, I'll go do that. Actually, no, I'll save that for tomorrow. It's getting pretty late. Oh no, it's the things in the water. I'm scared of sea creatures and things like that. They terrify me. Like one game that I plan to play here soon is Dredge. It's like a little fishing game, but there's horrible sea monsters in the water, and it's like eldritch Lovecraftian kind of thing. I'll get around to playing it eventually. Yeah, there's a few good ones coming up. I saw that there's the... What's it called? They're just porting Red Dead again to the PlayStation. I won't be playing that anytime soon. I'll wait a long time till it goes on sale and I can get it for like $10 or something. Then maybe. Oh, that too. Yeah, I have quite a long list of games that I'll get around to playing eventually. Or I'll play Dark Souls for the 200th time. That could be a thing. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for me for tonight, though. It's getting pretty late, and I still have a voiceover thing I have to record. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Have a good night.